You sound so happy, Rainer.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you're a dinosaur.
I want to have the shirt with the T-Rex on. If you're happy and
Yeah.
you know it, clap your... Oh.
Correctly.
Good evening, everyone, if there's anyone there. That was quite an introduction. So I have, if you hadn't guessed, Paul with me.
Hey, I'm so confused. You already started.
Yeah. And I have Rainer with me,
Hello.
if you hadn't guessed from all the singing. So, yeah. And interestingly, I seem to have an unstable connection, which is kind of strange. But
no, it's a Twitch is messed up.
Yeah.
It will come up. It's
Yeah.
It's
hopefully it will recover. So OBS says it's sending lots of stuff, so we should be okay, hopefully. We have lots of grass to mow, don't we? So I'm going to go and jump in a mower.
Yeah, I'm just still trying to get... Now I got your channel.
I have been hired for my excellent precision mowing skills.
Interesting on how you turn the description.
Hmm?
Interesting on how you turn the description.
I'm not sure what it says.
It was nothing like the absolutely perfect mowing skills. There was nothing it was, are you capable of steering in a straight line?
No.
Damn it.
Yeah, well, you know, like I can, you know, big myself up a little bit. It's my show. I can say what I want.
Yes.
So, evening, Susanna and Pete.
And you can crash in whatever you want because DZP will clip it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think last week or 2 weeks ago he did 3, I think, which is the first 3 ever that I've had.
Yeah, there will be more.
Yeah, probably. Evening Farmer Art, what's the best way to get into the field? To go through the yard?
No, go down the road and then on the left side you can go in. Behind the last house there will be an entrance.
Okay. It's been a while since I think this was one of the first fields of yours that I worked in. But it's been a while, so
I mean, I'm not sure if I should spoil it or not, but I had a very good job for you for today prepared.
What was that?
Yeah, it kind of fell down with not putting new mods this week on the server, so I would have had the lead of putting what is it called?
There's the onions.
Not. Yeah, and then left. What do you name a cart? Maybe something where you can put a back on, and you move it by hand. Is it called a cart or?
Yeah, wheelbarrow.
Yeah, something like that. And I wanted to borrow one from the Hofbergbahn and give you the opportunity to deliver the honey to the shop. One by one.
I think if that was the case, I would have been washing my hair.
But then I thought, he's such a nice guy, you can't do that. So I put it in a lorry.
Good choice. Good evening, Robert. Nice to see you. So, why there's a weird non-existent you've killed it with a tractor. That's okay.
Yeah. It's called fruit destruction.
It is. Apparently driving in your fields is going to be a bad thing.
Yeah. You can still mow it though.
Conditioner on. We want.
Yeah, stop. Please move it from the fence. So move it the first round you're driving to the right side, so that you have swanning on the one side.
I'm going to also control Y. We want wide spreading, don't we? So you want me to leave a gap?
Yeah, leave the gap. So swathing on the left side to the middle, and the right side wide spreading. You can put it actually in on this mower.
Okay, so you want it a left swath?
I'm not sure. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And then go as close as you can to the fence.
I can get very close to the fence. It might not be pretty, but
while still mowing. So this looks that you are 3 meters away. That is way too far away.
good evening, Monarchs. I'm having a lesson in how to mow.
Looking pretty good.
We've only just started.
Okay, it's still pretty good. But you don't like trees, right?
No, trees are bad.
Oh, I see.
I'm sure everyone is waiting for the inevitable crash into the gigantic stack of bales. And we don't mow the cows. I've been told that. The free stakes is bad.
Yeah, the cows. We don't mow them because they moo.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice one to disturb the disturb.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I don't think I would use a wheel enough. I had there's a suggestion I should get a wheel, but I don't think I would use it enough, and I also think that it would make my bad neck worse.
What are you doing, honey? Is there really? I can't see in the stream. Is there dropping on the right side? Oh, you just mowed the cow. Did you see?
No, I didn't.
It was outside the fence.
Well, it shouldn't be outside the fence.
Poor little thing.
Veal for dinner?
No. I got a question. I got a question. Because I think you're the only person who can help me with that. Just listen.
Stop faffing!
What does that mean?
Stop faffing. Just get on with it.
Ah, okay. And
So
this... Is this an insider or what is
I'm not sure what that one is.
I can play it again.
I'm not sure what that one is. No.
Okay. Phew, at least 50%.
But stop faffing is stop messing about and get it done.
Ah, okay.
I'm going to assume that you will cut that little bit.
What? What do you mean?
Stop faffing!
No, it's from Scruff, so I really didn't know what it meant. I was too, and I was really interested in knowing what does that mean. Like, for example,
what the hell is the world coming to?
I don't know. I really don't. I don't know how I've ended up here.
No, it was really because no one from us had any clue, any idea what it meant, and I thought, well, this is the time and place to ask.
Yeah. I can't think of a really good description of faffing, but it's just doing kind of made up stuff instead of doing what you're supposed to be doing. You know, so spending 4 hours
ducking around.
Yeah, ducking around, checking the tires are right and the oil pressure's right, and wiping the seat down and polishing the screens, and rather than actually just cutting grass. But that's what it means.
It's really nice to know now. To be honest, it's really nice.
It's like an exchange of cultures.
Yes, we always exchange. Better in words and meanings than in liquid, I guess.
Definitely. Very definitely. Although there is a lot of sweat tonight.
Oh, you're planning on sweating?
I am already. Oh. It's 29 degrees in here. It's incredibly hot. We have summer in September.
Oh, thank you. You're kind of cute too.
How's your head?
not so bad, thank you. Didn't you say I'm kind of hot?
Yeah, I did. I am kind of hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Can someone send a thunderstorm or something to Germany?
We're always coming back to the U part, right?
It's always about me.
No, you. The U part from Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker
Ah,
with the blind Chinese man.
the film that I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
That I haven't watched in a very long time. I might have that on VHS. That's how long ago it was.
I just wanted to say, just keep in mind the age of the audience.
Yeah. Yep, most of them are old enough to know what a VHS is.
Yeah.
I told you I have a special audience.
Yes. I know.
Mowing around your abandoned fleet of tractors and trailers. And now you want it on just wide.
Yes.
Spreading. Okay. There we go. So how is everyone this evening? Do you have any really interesting questions? Or things to get pulled to spoil for us?
Who are you?
Question number 1.
Who are you?
I don't know. I've kind of forgotten at this point. I also love the answer, yes. Do you have interesting questions?
It's like the same. Can I ask you a question?
No, you can't.
I think the instead of can I ask you a question, just ask the question, right?
Yeah.
Like
That's
in
why I
the
said
Discord.
no, you can't.
Yeah.
Depending on the mood people catch me in, I will turn around and say no sometimes. I do not believe that cows will fertilize the field when they are grazing in this version. Who knows in the future? This is when Paul tells me actually they've done something magical.
No, I don't think we did, because it's quite not on our display to make them poo and register precision farming that they pooed.
Yeah.
It would be something like having in mind that when they are on husbandry and grazing, that they fertilize it themselves and that you put in more yield instead of just a mowing.
Or when you cross a month boundary, you add a fertilization state if there are cows in there.
Did you just have the frame drop too when you were on the headlands?
It's variable. I've had between about 25 and 40.
No, it's really this one split second when it is going down to red when you lift the mower, because I had it.
I will leave the FPS count up. Good evening, Rural. How are you doing? There are no triples tonight. I'm sitting at about 30 at the moment, which is tolerable. Like for background for the people that maybe didn't watch some of your streams, currently there are some FPS issues with the game when doing certain things. So we're observing as we do things. Given that we both play on reasonably powerful hardware. Probably equivalent, actually. Yours might be a little bit better, actually.
I think yours better. You got the 5950, right?
Processor, I've got a 7950.
What? Again?
Yeah.
Come again?
7950.
Come again? Out of here! Get out!
Yeah. But graphic card wise, I think they're
7950.
probably the same.
that is all possible cores combined, right? What is it? 16 cores?
16 cores, 32 threads, and 5 point something gigahertz.
Yeah, cheers, mate. You're doing well with YouTube, huh? Aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have to make the Patreon stuff also.
No,
So
no,
your
no.
CPU your CPU is much better than
Yeah.
mine. What should cause much better FPS?
So this headland, I'm down at 25 with the onions and all of the extra textures.
Don't show the onions.
There are no onions.
No. I mean, just don't go there because the texture is very alpha.
Yeah.
You're playing in 4K?
Nope. 1440p.
What graphics card?
4070 Ti. So I think your 3090 is probably better than a 4070.
So yeah, but I'm at 4K. So I think it's really the CPU the issue. Because if you don't have the drops, then it's more coming to the to the conclusion that I had, that the CPU, my CPU and the other CPU that are dropping are not top notch at the moment with the single core performance.
We will see as I come back round the corner. Because I think, there was a stutter there, but the FPS didn't drop.
I mean, if you had the 780 87, I got it again right yet at the moment with the i3D stuff. Then you had basically the best possible single core performance out there.
Yeah, I went for raw grunt rather than sprinting performance.
Yeah, but I think I think your because it's much newer and mine is much older, you should have much more single core performance, and this is really what counts.
Good evening, Mark.
Yeah, his FPS dropped when he sees more vehicles on the headland. Yeah. No, if he had the issue that we're talking about, it is when the mower stops mowing, so it means it is changing precision farming process also, and we don't have everything in precision farming, and that means if it was just I was standing, I got 30 FPS, and then I started mowing again, and it dropped down in the red.
So mine
went up again.
When I've stopped mowing, it's dropped from 45 to 27.
So it's basically when there's a change in the work you do, right? When it has to detect. I really think that we have still not done the precision farming stuff in here.
Yeah, there's so many other things going on though, isn't there? That it's kind of hard to, as Mark said, there are so many variables that it's hard to pinpoint the specific thing. It's quite a busy map. You know, we've got all the balloons and the wind turbines and stuff. It's on a multiplayer server rather than being single player.
Yes, but the issue with the frame drop that you have when you see more vehicles, that is nothing relying to Terralife or stuff.
Yeah.
That is just raw GPU thing. So this is not what I'm worried about. This is a very high frequented gameplay now. It's old. We have a lot of vehicles on there, but if you have those moments where you change the work you're doing and you have massively frame drops in the reds, that is something when there's really an issue, not because it's overcrowded. There's an issue.
It's never gone down to red levels, so, but it is definitely changing as I change between working and not working.
Yeah, because it's not dropping to the red levels with your CPU. I really have no wonder why.
Yeah,
because the CPU just can take it.
Some of it is what's in the view. So if I spin round, I get it back. So
Wait, what I tried to say is, the drops in FPS when you change the view is because you're looking at more vehicles and
Yeah.
stuff. But you don't have the massive drop into the reds when you change from mowing to not mowing on the headlands, because your CPU can take it better because it's a high, it's from precision farming where it is I don't know the word for it, but recalculating, for example.
Yep.
But we have all the weaker CPUs, so we have the more deeper drops, but you have the drops too, so that means it is similar.
yeah, I've just got up the CPU utilization as well to see if it spikes as it changes.
Then you have to go to single.
No, yeah,
Or,
'cause it's, yeah,
Because with the amount of cores, you really can't see.
no,
I mean, I got 12 cores, 24 threads, and my CPU is at, I don't know, 3 or 4%.
yeah, mine's at 9, but it's also doing OBS stuff and God knows what else. So
Oh, your CPU is rendering?
no, but no, the rendering's done on the specific encoders on the graphics card.
Oh. So the CPU basically has nothing to do except
Yeah,
for...
not a lot. Not a lot. And you're watching a virtual one. What more could you want? I find it really weird that you're watching someone play Farm Sim whilst actually farming.
You have FPS drop when seeing for true test, remove all vehicles, but you need to remove all variables, create a base map with... No, we really don't have to do that, because it's basically an issue that is happening 2 times, and this map here is basically dead.
Yeah, it's a
It's
mess,
dead.
isn't it?
Yes, it's totally dead, because here's nothing slightly comparable to the Terralife version that we have on an empty map where we can test. The problem is the guys are working on Terralife more and more and further, and the further we get away, the further we get to release or beta test, the further we get away from this map. So that means issues that are here still in, they are fixed in for the betas already anyways, because the whole growth is done. It is just for us that we can manage to get the last 3 weeks on this map decently done. And if it is the precision farming issue, just I don't give a duck, then we just avoid stuff like that.
But if
So
it's a random mod, you can take the random mod out.
Yeah. But it basically looks like there's the gap in between the growth and precision farming that is not done on here. As I mentioned a lot, is that we have only 2% of the Terralife stuff in this map, that we basically are only testing some textures for the crops, compared to the other stuff that we have in the beta stuff. So
yeah, because the growth system is so much more complicated and things. No, Mark, they have so many mods. So it could, you know, theoretically.
Which is random? No, the random mod is Terralife for that instance, because Terralife is precision farming, because you have to include it in precision farming to get all the stages. But you have to keep in mind, we basically did precision farming our own version of it. So our Terralife and our precision farming are linked and synced together. And if you have just a little bit of coding in here that needs the advanced precision farming stuff or the new growth system, it will cause issues. Yeah, so it is possible that during the development we put stuff in here that was not fixed, and we didn't see it because we didn't use it. And on the beta map they already fixed it, but you cannot compare it at all anymore. Here's the standard growing system, so to say, in this map. And if there is any adjusted stuff in the growth or precision farming, it will cause issues. Like, for example, we do NPK. We give crops a certain amount of fertilizer or fertilizer usage, of benefit in that, and in all that there are so many things that have to be calculated, that if we missed it to put it in here, it's just not working, or it's searching for an index. For example, if you use the sowing machine and sow wheat, for example, and put fertilizer with the sowing machine at the same time down, then the game will also have these drops, because it is not yet in the precision farming mapping done in here. And this is basically the same issue that we have with the grass. I just wanted to clarify it. And so
yeah, so we have a proper blank test map. The formal test map is not this map. It's, as Paul said, it's about trying to keep this save alive for the next few weeks or whatever, to be playable. And if it was something obvious, we could fix it. So
I mean, this is not the first dance, you know. If you heard of something like Maize Plus and Horse Extension, and so and we basically know what we are doing. But the problem is that this save game was done with Maize Plus back in the days, and BGO managed it to get it work with the more crops and all that stuff, so that we could continue streaming. And we are working on our base map, not on this stuff here. But of course, some features we want to test, so we put in some features, and sometimes it can happen that those features need the complete other stuff, that because it's not in here. Yeah. And if we now know, okay, this is one of the things, then we cannot use this feature in here, and it's basically just for the next 3 weeks, and after that we're anyways gone from this map.
Yeah, I mean, everything on here recently has been kind of weird, hasn't it? The time's been going on and off, and
yeah.
So yeah, I was just going to give you a bit of background that Mark's a bit like Loki.
Yeah. No, I totally get what he's saying, but I'm getting that he's not knowing on how the whole thing is working, so that he's totally right.
Yeah, he's getting excited about trying to help fix things.
Yeah. No, he's so Mark, you're totally right, absolutely. But this yeah, and it's better to show people. Yeah, it's like having some smaller features in the stream to show, right? And this is why weeks ago I said we stop putting stuff into the stream map. The stream map is basically now untouchable. There will be no features, but of course, like we saw that there was a path of a texture for bale wrong. Of course, we fixed that, but there are so many new features that we don't put in here. But there can be a mix-up somewhere in between testing on this stream map or building the base map. But that it can be an issue from weeks ago. We just haven't done the work at the moment on the stream, so we didn't see it.
Yeah. So Pete, to answer your question, if we have a special version of precision farming for Terralife, I'm not sure if we will or not. It will be a dependency, so people wouldn't be able to just use normal precision farming and then complain it doesn't work.
Yeah.
We're going to have a whole bunch of dependent mods in this, and they will link to specific ones, and if you don't have them, it won't work. So it shouldn't be a case of I just installed Terralife and I'm trying to use it on my other map. It won't work. So
precision farming will be a dependency, but basically you wouldn't need it. But so that that Giants is happy and that the precision farming is used, we make it as a dependency for our precision farming, so we can inject our code into that.
Is this normal grass or some kind of special grass?
No, this is the normal grass, but it has some different textures. But here, this normal grass and the meadow both will be completely redone.
So, just,
So
Rural was asking which grass it was because it is a slightly different texture, isn't it?
yeah, it's already a little bit modified, and there are daisies in there, and I don't know the
Yeah, so we've got some little
lion tooth in German.
dandelions.
Yeah.
We've got some little dandelions growing there.
Oh, that was close enough with the lion tooth.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
And Rainer was already sitting there and waiting for saying it because
And
I can't.
we've got something else growing over there as well. So,
Where? What?
I think it's a little flower or something growing in the field.
I have no idea where, because of the delay when you say something and
There
I
we go.
watch.
I'm looking at it now. So I wouldn't get overexcited about how much yield it looks like, Mark. There's obviously lots of factors as to how it looks on the field versus how much there is. It's a bit like I was mowing wheat for whole crop silage today with Maize Plus, and that looks like you're getting almost nothing, but actually there's loads.
Yeah. The problem is still that you cannot give different values to a high type. So that means if you do the field to ground scale by 1, and you have not much on the field, it looks realistic when you tip it with the tipper in the bunker silo.
Yeah.
When you have giants values, it looks realistic on the field because it's much, and if you tip it in the bunker silo, it's already full because of the we try to go for something that is acceptable for both things.
And remember, this is all alpha testing, so everything can and will change. A really extreme example of that is when I was messing around with things you could put in bunker silos. If you have hay that you can put in a bunker silo, you can fill it with about 2 bales worth.
Yeah.
Because it has
This is exactly what I was saying. Yeah, that is what happened to Rainer back in the days with a small bunker silo and his small forage wagon, and he drove into the silo, and all of a sudden nothing was to see anymore from the bunker silo, the tractor, or because these 20 cubic meters or 20,000 liters in the wagon, a giant meant to multiply it by.
Yeah. So it's a compromise of getting one number that looks okay on the field and sensible in a bunker silo, and it does affect how much can go in the bunker, because if it's all big and puffy, the bunker's full with not much in it.
If you have realistic
graphically yield. I played around with stuff that used the hay height values, and you could fill a bunker silo with almost nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely a balance of trying to get something sensible for everything, and
but there's also something that we have on the table on a note, but this would crash at the moment everything, because basically it would mean that you would have to make different high types for one fill type.
Yeah.
So that would mean the hay that you have on the field is fluffy and puffy. The hay that you put into the forage wagon should be compressible. So if you have 20,000 liters of room on the wagon, it should be compressible to, let's say, 30,000. But if you put it then down on the floor or in the silo, with the multiplier of giants, it would be 180,000 liters. So that means you need one for the field, one for the wagon, and back again one for the bunker silo. That has to be a little bit lesser than what you have on the field.
And
you need something to switch each one each time.
Yeah, the switcher, I guess, with I would say with our scripters now is not possible.
And
but
almost nothing is impossible, but there are limits to what the game can cope with.
Yeah, and this is at the moment the high types are the limits, because the high type increase does still not work. Yes, you can increase it to 256, but you are still not capable of dropping more than 127. This is still something where we need the help from giants that with basically would make Terralife possible or impossible. That's such a key feature at the moment that we need to have a solution for. And of course, then you don't go further and put even more high types down if you don't know if you have them, and because it would mean for every high type you have to, I think, multiply it by 4 at least.
Yeah, and we're already doing too many multiplying buys for all the other stuff that we're adding in.
Yeah.
So, I think it's just, you know, with something like this, and we saw it with when we introduced Maize Plus with the whole crop silage. People are like, oh, there's not much falling on the ground, and then you actually pick it up and realise there's loads. And once you've done that once, it's fine. You have to remember that this is not a mod for the masses. This is something for people that are actually interested in understanding it, and they, you know, they'll have to go away and understand why it looks like this.
I know. I cannot explain to you on how much fun it is to mow with the other mower and the other conditioner. Just doing 3 meter, and it's so much fun.
So for info, Paul is mowing the corner over here, to save me trying to get the big M in there.
Yeah, we are picking our mods for the Eifler Land beta streams, and there are not that many mowers that you can use without conditioner that are for middle or smaller machinery.
Yeah.
And our partner Ada has this class front mower and the back conditioner that I mean, the front mower we used, basically it's everybody from us is using it because it's the only nice looking, good working mower without conditioner that is not that old, that is not that young. But we always forgot about the back conditioner. And now I use it now twice, and Rainer kind of likes it too, and it's something that he can use on the Eifel stream. Hopefully there will be other mowers coming until then, but
we'll go and have a quick look in a bit so people can see what you're using, as long as that's okay.
Yeah, sure. And normally it's not my type of mowing, biting up small bits from the grass that you're mowing. But with the smaller fields that we have on the Eifel, and with the smaller farm that he's playing, I guess he will have a lot of fun. Because I'm having a lot of fun on this small thing here.
I think picking up Mark's question, I think once it's been swathed, it'll be easier to see as well, because at the moment it's spread because we're going to be tedding this to hay. So
are you already ready with the mowing?
I've done my bit, yeah.
And you can pick up the tedder if you want to.
Okay, I was just going to come and have a quick peek at what you're running. Oh no, I have missed a bit. Let's just quickly come over and see what you are using. The mower was on spreading for most of it, Mark. Except for the headland, where I remembered where it was on swathing the left-hand side to keep it away from the fence. I'm assuming all these traders are left over from your monster silage session?
No.
No?
This is...
Oh.
It's switched off the mower, and it's making sound afterwards when you turn it off, like it
That's
needs time to slow down, and it's really nice.
it's very little, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a conditioner. Just keep it's like
Ah, so you've got the mower on the front, and then that's just a conditioner.
yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
You remember the yellow big Elho swath? This is basically the same principle, but it has more aggressive pins on it, so you can actually condition with it.
So does it function just as a conditioner?
Yeah.
Okay. That's very cool.
It's functioning like a tether, so to say.
Okay. Is that on ModHub?
Yes.
Awesome. There you go, Rural. You could use that.
Just look for Agrardesign Austria. There you will find it.
Yeah, I have almost finished mowing. I have one more little strip to do.
One more line.
That's probably a very different activity.
Okay, then I will mow the small pasture here on the other side of the street.
Okay. I've done the other side of the calf pasture.
Yeah, nice. Then you can really use the tether to
Okay.
tether to hay.
We're going. I was just about to ask. We're going straight to hay.
Yeah.
Is the tether over in the big yard?
Yeah.
Cool.
He's there where the forage shed is.
I will attempt to find it, and I will not make the mistake I made last time, and I will not wash the mower.
No, you can do. I would have said to you, do or don't, because there's no real dirt color anywhere on the server anymore. You can do it also by F11 to make it look dirtier, because there's no grass color. So
does the beta map have wider roads?
at least more hedges.
That's good. We like hedges. But the hedges have collisions.
I don't know.
Because
you will find out.
You know, in the real world, hedges don't have collisions. You just go straight through them.
Oh,
like this person.
depending on how old the hedges are.
Yeah.
It has realistic roads. They are not that wide, and the tractor just in front with the shovel and the front loader, the small one. I think you can take this one.
Okay.
For the tether, you just have to decouple the front loader, please.
Just going to put the.
So there are
the
more
back.
narrow and less narrow roads.
There's one of the things that I am planning to do once that map's ready is I'm going to play it a bit more privately so that I can learn a bit more.
Yeah.
Rather than just like 2 hours a week.
Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense.
Yeah. No. It's probably sensible that I actually know what I'm talking about. So I can't use one of the approaches I rely on at work, which I can't say. So the little Fendt 314.
Yeah, just leave the front loader where it is.
Oh, am I gonna have to manually detach it?
Yeah, but it's no problem.
Okay. That was easier than I expected. Where does the tether live?
Go left around the corner behind behind the cow stable. There's a shed coming. There's the crone tether.
Okay. There's a metal thing there as well.
What?
nothing.
Oh, I will rewatch all the clips, of course.
It's okay. Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Nothing to see here.
No, no. Move along. Move along. It's all fine.
Stop faffing.
Trying.
Oh,
Trying. Of course, it's hidden right in the back.
what?
You want the
No.
crone teddy, yeah?
Yeah, but you should. I think it should be possible to approach it if you go on the right side of the. This one, you can go. No, not the one in the back. This one, yeah, that one. You should get it out there. I put it in there with no problems.
Yeah, we are very different people.
I know. I know.
But we can try. I'm trying.
Because I am. And you?
I fart in your general direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
You know that this water is very lightweight. You can pull it a little bit forward. It has even a wheel in front.
We're okay. We're okay.
Yeah, that was the tether. That was not what I meant. Because that you won't move by hand.
I'm much stronger than you think. I'm much stronger than you think.
I believe you.
There we go. And
I know that you can outrun me. That's so much is sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Nothing was harmed in the process of collecting the equipment, so we're fine. No one saw anything.
I think I could even. Can I or can I not? I'm not sure.
Can you or should you?
What? What?
Just making you think.
No, it's just I really could insult you.
No, why would you want to do that?
Because it feels right. I
Yeah.
mean, when I see how you're driving, that was a whole other level. No, with playing with Achim Mobil in the latest streams, I really can tell that you are playing more realistic than he does.
Wow.
That's an insult, isn't it?
Not really, no. Not really. I never claim, and you will probably laugh because you know I never claim to play realistically. I just don't want to play unrealistically.
No, this is why I thought it could be an insult, but but you are trying when you are here.
And
Achim just doesn't give a fuck at all.
Yeah.
He doesn't care at all. And that's kind of so lovely to see it now in comparison. Yeah.
Yeah. I apart from some things that I do, I don't want to be hugely unrealistic in how I do stuff.
Yeah.
I don't claim to know how to be realistic, and I don't always be realistic, but I don't want to be mega unrealistic.
This is basically the baseline me testing stuff. I don't care for the most realistic stuff at the moment, but I don't want to make it that unrealistic and idiotically and yeah. So this I don't care if the hood of the tractor is 2 centimeters wider, lower, brighter, whatever. I don't care.
That is a problem. That is a problem.
But if the crop is not done right, or the feeding is not right, well then I got a problem.
Yeah.
So and this is so we're all fine. And I mean the viewers that are watching our streams really know that we just mess around a little bit and
yeah. When you bring in people like me, they can't expect it to be how it is other times.
You know, I watch a lot of your videos, right?
I really hope you don't.
and I don't comment on them. Just to give you the impression you were not on the Overwatch.
Yeah,
So
that's really worrying. Really worrying.
sometimes I have to make a comment when someone of your viewers comments, "Oh, don't let Paul see this."
Secretly,
Then,
you enjoy the ones where I do things at 40 miles an hour, don't you? Secretly.
Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Secretly.
I'm
I
loving
bet
all the play styles that would Modell Eicher turn into the grave.
in the background where we can't see him is actually really mowing at 60 miles an hour.
I wish. I wish. I really wish it would work that way.
You mean it doesn't in the real world?
Sometimes.
You would think by now technology had got a lot better.
Yeah, but physics is still physics.
I was talking about something. The heat in this room is physics. Because heat rises. The bottom of the house is lovely and cool. The top of the house is horrible.
Okay. Yeah, that's mostly what fits to women too. The bottom is really cool, and the top of the house is very empty.
Crazy and full of fire. Did I say that? No, I didn't. It's alright. No one can hear me. It's fine.
No, it's really. The good thing is that we are both, or that we are in general, capable of adapting to the other one.
Yeah.
So if we want to show stuff from the realistic mod Terralife, then we all try to do it that way that is decent shown. And if you just do a Saturday night who gives a duck 60 kilometers per hour mowing whatever and fly over the map, yeah, do so, because you can do. It's farm sim, you can do. Yeah, but those people who claim to are the one knowing everything, doing everything the right way, and when you watch them secretly doing stuff and really not knowing what they're talking about, and I don't name any names from overseas, but
all this secret watching you do.
Yeah.
Constantly, the aliens are constantly surveying us.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
No. I mean, there are some content creators from over the salty lake. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That really Beetlejuice. Modell Eicher just appeared. There are some content creators over the seas that really do as if they would know everything, right? And then when you watch them, you really think, oh, come on.
Yeah.
This is not you knowing everything. This is you just being too stupid to do it the right way. So you just say you're playing arcade.
Yeah. Good evening, BGO. I'm very lucky that I have access to a lot of people that actually know the real way to do it in lots of different parts of the world. You know, I've got you guys, Rural, who's in here, farms in Canada at the moment, I think.
Yeah.
So very different scale and style to European farming. Pete is a ex-farmer. Smock is a farmer. So I have access to lots of people that really farm.
I mean, what was his short name? Von SM Haythornton. Mark. Just what Mark just says is actually a point. Yes, it is a game, but if you want to use it as an educational basis, you kind of have to do certain things in a certain way.
Yeah, and if you're claiming that you're doing it that purpose.
When you're showing it for but that doesn't mean that you can't do shitty stuff either.
Yeah.
But don't combine both. Don't do shitty stuff and then try to explain.
No, I tend to keep mine very separate.
Yeah.
It's
And this is what I really love. This is just what I meant. You're really into separating the stuff. You don't judge on one or the other, but you kind of you use it on purpose, and that is really what I love.
it's what Mark said. It's a game, and you can play this game so many different ways, and most of them aren't wrong.
Oh, I'm not sure if it. I'm not sure if it went down the drain in the translation. You can play the game any way you want to, but don't try to educate other people while doing shitty stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. This so yeah, you can educate them on how to cheat or stuff. Okay. That's a whole nother point. But this is what I really saw the last time, that someone who is really don't giving a duck about on how he plays or uses stuff in the game, and then tries to educate people on farming.
Yeah.
And this is something where I go crazy, really
It's
crazy.
something that I would never even try and claim to do. Is because my farming qualifications are not quite as good as Mark's. I don't actually live that right next to a field.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of YouTube.
Timo, I'm sorry, I'm slipping away again. Did you see Timo's pig butcher edition?
I did. I didn't see I didn't get. I didn't translate it because I was on. I don't have the translation plugin installed on this computer.
It's basically the butcher edition. It was.
Bavarian, is that tattooed edition going to be available as like a premium add-on?
This is something that so brightens my day, right? That is so amazing. It's so great. It's really so cool.
It's so inappropriate if it's actually in game.
Yeah, but it's cool. Today I read in the forum, I read a discussion about FSK 0, and that you are not allowed to have a beer and all that stuff in there. And there seems to be a change in the guidelines. You can have beer and still be FSK 0. They changed something like in there. I'm not sure on which specific thing, but to get to the point, what is not FSK 0 or PEGI whatever if you have a butcher? Is there anything that
I don't get it.
Okay.
Kids go to supermarkets.
Yeah.
And you hope that their parents educate them that the thing in the little packet doesn't just appear in the little packet and that it comes from an animal that goes through butchery.
So it's in the UK no different, that there are normal people that know, yes, animals are actually or meat pieces are actually former animals. So no, because
I was a bit confused by the cow eggs or cow seeds that you shared. I haven't seen any of those in the shop.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess the problem is with the versions of those. I haven't seen any in FS22. The versions that existed in FS19, the actual placeable was quite graphic.
Yeah, with the hook and all that stuff.
Yeah, and the carcasses and things, and that
was made. Yeah, okay, I get that. I get that to put it in an extreme.
Yeah.
Of course, it's typical German or whoever did it. It's going to the other extreme.
If it was just a building that you took animals to and you got money for them having been butchered, I don't see the problem in that. You take every other product in the game to a supermarket to be sold. You take eggs to be sold.
What is the English word for... dealer. Dealership is basically the same way you put your animals to, right? So for my decades of experience, I felt much more or much better if you brought your animal to the butcher than to the dealer. Because mostly animals are not well handled with the dealers. With the butcher, at least there are
standards and they're not going to be there long.
Yeah, And this is something that annoyed me really, that you always go to the dealership with your animals and stuff. Now with Terralife, we will do a certain different approach on this. I mean, there can't be any harm in having better meat and getting more money for the meat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not having the actual corpses in hooks, but it's just necessary to give people an understanding that if you treat your animal well and feed it well, that
You
you
get
have a
more.
better health and a better
Yeah.
better product coming out.
Yeah, and
So
I'm doing something like that on
yeah.
on a set of videos, and they're all grass fed, and I get paid a bit more for them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, having that.
And Pete said, I said Pete used to be a pig farmer. He said he's never used pigs in game. I'm guessing because they're really frustrating if you were actually a real pig farmer.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, Pete, if you are the one that I annoyed by not touching the pigs in Maze Plus. No, it is really to give the understanding is that Maze Plus is not an out of the box mod, never meant to be. And of course, the interest for me was in the animals. Now with Terralife, we have to do everything, because if you want a closed, functional ecosystem, it has to be considering all of the possibilities. But I got a lot of bad messages from people who just thought it's a plug and play mod, and why is not? And it's so terrifying if
And
you have some.
We still get them, Yes.
I got a really nice comment below the last video. I'm not sure. I think it was an American who rewatches the videos from us, even in German, and he was questioning or asking if we do use chisel plows or more the normal ones, and I didn't know that I was actually so deep into that topic, but I was, because of Loki with the soil compaction. And so I explained him that it is really depending. Normally in Germany or in Europe, we use these chisel plows as subsoilers, and we go much slower so that we don't mix the soil, just cracking up the compaction. And in America, so they have these subsoilers as chisel plows, so to say. They go 20 to 30 centimeters, if even so deep, go faster and really use it for mixing, where we use the plow in between 20 and 30 centimeters to make a clean soil, topsoil, or a deep harrow with 10 to 20 centimeters to mix the soil. So I never thought about that. It is totally different from land to land.
Oh, the same piece of equipment, just used completely differently.
Yeah, but it was so so interesting, and it felt so good that someone just asked nicely to get into a conversation without you Germans are, you know what I mean? It was a question I could answer, and so it's a exchange of knowledge, so to say. This is what I like, and this happened with the animals not so much. There was always this attacking us or me.
It's wrong. It's not what I expected. I just want to say, Mark, you can't grass feed your kids and then expect to sell them for more. That's wrong.
But he can borrow. No, nicht borrow. You can bury them beneath the grass and sell your house for much more. That's possible.
I know.
If they're good they're good fertilizing.
In our country, we use patios.
Shame on you.
That's very dark. I've experienced that. I think a lot of the time, because I think the reason I think it is because I interpret them wrong as a result. A lot of time, people don't seem to know how to ask a question nicely.
Yeah.
They only seem to know a very direct, confrontational way to ask a question. and generally when I get something like that, they get an equal response. You know, I had someone list a whole load of things that were apparently bugs in Maze Plus. And it was like, I like Maze Plus, but this all needs fixing. It's like, none of those are Maze Plus bugs. They're base game bugs, they're intended features. And then in the end, he's like, oh, okay, thanks. But it's the initial sort of question came across as, you need to fix all of this.
Yeah.
Rather than, I don't understand why these are like this. Can you explain it to me?
I mean, everybody knows that we put intentional stuff in there that makes people confused.
Yeah, the leveler.
And we don't give any documentation on it.
1 second. Oh, how do I moderate that?
You want to get it out, right?
Yeah, could you?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
You have the power as well.
I don't have the... here. No. I'm not in the moderating. Is Rainer a moderator with you?
He is not, no. 1 second,
should.
everyone.
You should make him one because...
Yeah, I
haven't
should.
opened.
I should. But he
Wait, I will do it. I will put it to moderator.
it's not even giving me options to
Me neither.
moderate. It's got the sword next to it, but nothing to...
Oh, I think I found the issue with me because I have not the... No.
I'm confused. Actually.
Me too.
Actually, what we will do...
Come on. It's so easy. It's so easy. It's on the left side of his name.
I was on the right side.
Yeah, me too. you see, we are both
yeah.
we are both very oh no, we did it both.
I think I'm not.
No, we did it both.
I'm not sure, but
we are complimenting each other.
Yeah, I seem to not be able to do very much at all, which is
No, I deleted the comment and I blocked him. So
cool. Thank you.
I was looking on the right side too. So
yeah, me too. I was trying to click on the little sword because that looked like the logical place to click.
Yeah. Oh, stupid me!
I know what I'm doing. Honest.
Yeah, we both do, don't
let's
we?
put that back now. Yeah. Well done us.
So where have we been?
I'm currently still working on Headlands.
No, I meant with what we were talking about.
We were talking about people asking questions, and yes, Mark, I did get that you meant if you feed your kids well and look after them, they do well, but it was much funnier to respond the way I did. You should expect no less from me. If there's a dad joke opportunity, I will make it.
Click on the 3 dots and block. Yeah, there were no 3 blocks, no 3 dots. That was the confusing thing.
That was the problem. They're either intended features or undiscovered bonus features. Undocumented features is usually what we describe them as.
One thing I really have to say, and it's not to get any of your Discord members or viewers to the Maze Plus Discord for clickbaiting or stuff like that, but I really can recommend from time to time that you people show up in the English section on Maze Plus Discord. Just say hello or say who you are in the streams. I don't know if this Terp explained or told you. In the last couple of weeks, I really got angry and very angry on the English community, not the English community, British, but the English speaking community, because all the idiots showed up, and I really lost my hope in them. So with you good guys, from time to time saying just hey,
Or go ask
it would
some
be-
of the questions you ask in my Discord, in that Discord.
it would be really nice.
So,
No, just it is. I mean, I know Pete and but some of them I really don't know.
yeah.
And
I
but it's
think-
nice to have some from time to time a reason to have an English
Yeah.
channel in the Discord, just to know. Oh, okay. He was the guy in the stream. He was that nice guy. He asked that polite question, just to give me a little bit more hope. It's really no clickbaiting. I mean, Disturb should tell if it's true or not. That I was really disappointed in the last couple of weeks on.
We have had to ban a few, haven't we?
Yeah. And this is also, of course, because he is the English ambassador for us, and I want him to have a little bit more of a stage for this. This is why he is doing the English streams also. But from time to time, I guess I have to hop in because of we both suffer from migraine, so it is possible that one day he cannot stream, and I don't want to abandon the English-speaking community, or and so this is really what I need for a little bit of an input to see. Okay, actually,
There are people that are interested.
yeah, because the last time I did, I jumped in once, right?
Yeah.
And the other day I just said I don't make an English stream. I stream in German because what is the purpose of if I don't know who? Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want to feed trolls and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
So this is really something, and also disturbing me. We don't have the time always to talk about topics. So maybe you have some interesting ideas or stuff. Tell it to Disturb, because we have to work on a lot of stuff for the documentation for Terralife and all that. So it's basically getting it quicker to the well. Well is the right word for Quelle, right? Right? Well is Brunnen, Quelle. The well? The well? You know the well, what I mean?
Sorry.
Well?
Sorry, I was dealing with a squeaky dog.
Oh, okay.
We want to get the information out quicker this time and in
Source.
better formats.
Dankeschön. Yeah, I meant well
Yeah.
in well in
Okay,
form of the
yeah,
source. So it's
okay.
the water well.
Yep.
Yeah, you
Yep.
better go to the well instead of the.
Yep.
But of course, to the source. The source was not. I didn't think that the source was that correct, because you are basically also the source. But
Well, you know, I am pretty special.
yeah, I know.
I think it will probably come more when things are closer and I can do things in a shorter format. I know a lot of people are put off by 2.5 hour long things. I had someone ask might have been after the last stream, when I was going to do a short video explaining it all.
That's kind of impossible.
Yeah, I was like, well, at the moment we're not doing anything like that, because I think the problem with things like that, and we sort of saw it, and I suppose we saw it with Terralife, when we released the PDF, suddenly people were doing videos on how Maze Plus worked before it was even available.
Yeah.
And I think the problem is that if we do a short video that people are going to jump on and watch, and you know, you will then see everyone else's interpretation of it. They'll be wrong, but they'll get viewed by thousands of people, and then people will turn up at our door saying, wait a minute, where's this feature?
But this is a very big issue, but that is not the reason why we can't do a video on what is Terralife at the moment. Because in the German streams, I tell it very often. Before we are not in the beta streams, not at least 1 or 2 weeks into the beta streams, we have no idea which features will make it into the release.
Yeah, very true.
So, and now it doesn't make any sense to talk 1 or 2 hours about Terralife, what will be all in there, and it isn't. It is a difference if we have a stream like that and we talk about features that we are working on. Then we say we are working on it, instead of saying this will be definitely in there. And if you do a video like that, it will be watched a lot of times, and then people mostly overhear the possibility that this feature will not be there.
And there are other. I suspect there will be other bigger channels that pick it up, and it becomes fact.
Yeah.
And at the moment, none of it is fact. So, you're right, Pete. Most people can't be bothered to read the Maze Plus manual. It's quite amazing the number of questions that get asked, and the answer is literally a page or two into the manual, or in a really big table in the middle of the manual.
I mean, it is funny anyways if you tell them with Maze Plus to read the menu. Most of it are pictures.
Yeah.
So
the amount of actual reading is quite small, but if they had looked at it, they wouldn't need to ask the question. But
correct.
I think that goes way beyond Farming Simulator. I think there's a general approach in the world now that people would much rather ask someone else a question and wait for an answer that they don't know is right or not than go and find the answer themselves. And that's a general across the board in so many things that I see, that rather than doing a little bit of research themselves, they will ask however many thousand random strangers. And we see it in a smaller sample in this. Is that why should I read the book that tells me how to do it when I can just go ask someone and make them type it out again for me?
I mean, the good thing is that they now can wait for the movie, right?
Yeah. Definitely. They should always watch the movie, especially the premium editions.
Yeah. As we all know, the movies are always better than the books. No.
I will have you know, in this case, the movies are definitely going to be better. They will be fully featured, and it won't be completely random aside. As a kid, I read a book and I absolutely loved it. It was a John Grisham book. And they turned it into a film, and I remember being so disappointed because it was the first time that I'd read a book and then watched a movie adaptation of the book about how much was not in the movie. It was ridiculous.
I think these are two things that play a role in there. First, if you read a book and you have a very good imagination and you really go into the book, you kind of picture the book for yourself.
Yeah.
And then you go and watch the movie and you are disappointed because you imagined it differently.
Yep.
And then the other is, as you said, parts are missing. Not even the imagination is different, but the whole story might change because of they change stuff. And that is, in my opinion, the worst case.
Yeah, definitely. Changing it is worse than leaving things out.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But in this case, I would say the movie will not be better than the book. Also,
the movie's going to be awesome. It's going to be absolutely awesome.
Trust me, the Terralife page will be amazing. It has to be.
Yeah, true.
Because this will cater every language, every common language. At least we go for English, German, French, and Italian.
Yeah.
And there you can pick then, hopefully, for the different languages, the movie or reels, because something that cannot happen again, like it happened in FS19 or even FS22 with the PDF, is that one version is better or more accurate than the other.
Yeah.
That's really not good.
Yeah, we want a common thing that's then just translated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume it's the same thing, Mark, that people can't be bothered to do the little bit of, let's say, looking around to see what they need to do. And as Pete said, he's got bits printed out. I'm surprised how many people that, I guess they're people that are in part of my community, so maybe it's not surprising, have actual bits of the manual printed out next to them as they play.
Oh, this will be definitely necessary for certain things.
Yeah, I'm hoping that however we get to build the have we mentioned the different formats it's going to be available in?
No, because it's not final.
Okay, I won't mention it then. I'm hoping that there'll be a way that we can make it easy to view in different places, because it's the sort of thing you're going to want to reference a lot, isn't it?
That is on basically online, like a homepage or something,
Yeah.
like that. I mean, that was the case with the last PDF. Anyways,
Yeah.
that was Giants wanted it, that you can read it on a mobile device.
Yeah.
Anywhere. No. That's not what I meant. I meant the way in how it is displayed is not yet finalized,
Yeah.
because we have some who want a really technical wiki. That's nice, but that would close it for most of the people. So it has to be something that is interesting to read, that has to showcase a little bit what the mod is, and for the partners, something that they can show. So it has to be accurate, interesting, and with moving pictures and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But what I meant, you will need it for the whole feeding stuff, because there are, I guess, at least two up to 300 mixtures.
Just quickly, Night Rainer. Don't know if you saw, he's having connection issues.
Yeah. It is the whole week. He has a problem. What
Many
did I want to
mixtures.
say? Yeah, but they are not the way they were before, with the small TMRs that you have. With the way that we make now the whole feeding work differently, means that the supplements of the ingredients are calculated differently. So if you put wheat into the trough, it's not just here's wheat, here's one slider, fill it up. It's wheat, it's energy food, it can be protein, it can be milk fodder. So it has to split up in different sections, and that you need now for every food ingredient. And that means that we have to have a lot of foods where people not necessarily in a direct way know which slider it will fill. And this you can't remember.
No, unless you've got some kind of magical memory.
If you want to feed separately, not with a TMR mixture, you put it separately in a trough, then you will need this list where the food is listed, and how it behaves.
Yeah. To pick up quickly on JD's question, we're not, I don't think anyway, we are significantly changing how spraying works, so there won't be concentrate and water to dilute. But Paul did mention NPK and precision farming, so
Which question was it?
you'll need to scroll up a bit.
Oh no, I see it. It's marked for me. Is there going to be a change for sprayer, like realistic filling up of chemicals? Okay, I see it now. Yeah.
I don't-
Then No, I got what you repeated, but I was
Yeah.
not sure that I got it, so I wanted
Yep.
just to reread it.
Yeah. Then you can correct me if I get it wrong.
No, it's totally fine. It's
Yeah.
totally fine.
Yeah. So I'm probably closer to that bit because it's being done by the what's classed as the English team. But I still only sometimes get a chance to catch up on the reams of text that they write every so often. So
The problem with this bit is it would have been a mixture too, so you would have to make a mixture wagon out of the sprayer because you mix water and different ingredients, and this is something that is not worth doing at the moment.
no,
It would cost so much development power and other issues that no.
there are more important features to implement to get the underlying mechanics working.
Yeah, and the baseline that we are setting up will of course have for the next farm sim possibilities of herbicide and all and fungicide, all that stuff, but still not the on how to mix the stuff in the mixture way in the sprayer.
Yeah, you've got the mod that came out a little while ago that tries to simulate it by having expensive concentrate and then a special tap that you get your water from, in inverted commas. If you want to go down that route.
I don't want to comment on different other mods, but you can trust us. We will make it the right way or no way at all. To make something only to have that you can say, yeah, but no. It's basically not the right way because you can use tap water. Yeah, you don't need a special crane. It would be okay if you put the pallet close to the sprayer and go to your normal water crane where you fill up your water tanks for the animals or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just put it on in top. You could make it like a dependency for it, or dependent that if you have 80% water in your sprayer, then you can put in the chemicals.
Yeah.
But why? Just why?
Yeah.
With the John Deere spot spray, you can, I think you can spray for 3 or 4 years with one sprayer. So I guess we will change the way you will have to use the herbicides so that you have to spray more often. Because it's not that realistic that if you spray one time there will be
they never regrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a special herbicide tap, as Pete says. Someone did that as a mod in FS19, but I guess not to discredit your question, but different people want different things from realism, I guess, and the Terralife is much more focused on the big things, like how crops grow, how you feed animals.
And more like we don't want to bring a feature, we want to bring the feature. Yeah, we combine hundreds of I think we can say 100. We combine dozens of features that were separately in the game, for example, like soil mod, soil compaction mod, controlled traffic farming, seasons. Then the whole animal thing with the feeding was never ever in a game before, I guess, since Maize Plus. Or was it? Has there been any attempt to the feeding before Maize Plus?
Not in the way. Well, Maize Plus was around when I started playing. But I don't think anything's tried to do as much as Maize Plus did for feeding.
So that means we have to really look around and see what features are necessary as base to get the most features on top of it to make it work together. And not what feature could be a key feature and let's fall down 10 other features that we basically need in the game. So, because it's all connected and it's a whole ecosystem.
Yeah.
And for now, yes, the little bugs in the field and all that stuff would be interesting. But if you want to do it the right way in the whole system, you need much more other stuff first be implemented and running,
Yeah.
and then the bugs would be easy to put on top.
I remember some of the first stuff that I saw that you'd put out on Terralife in FS19, so it was before we were chatting and friends and things. And I think it was whether it was misunderstanding by people getting excited about it, but it was a lot of talk about, you know, the bugs and the worms and things like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It made me very scared of Terralife.
We even have some projects planned with our real life partners to showcase stuff like bugs and fungicides and all that stuff. But we first have to get in the other features.
Yeah.
And this all has to run. And only if that is implemented as a baseline, then you can go on top, because only then the bugs will affect the crops as they are intended to. Just having randomly, oh, I have bug in field, I have bugs in field 17, I have to go with the sprayer.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't fucking care that there are bugs, I don't go with the sprayer, and you have no penalty or something like that.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. It has to have an impact on yield. It has to have an impact on the health at all, and all that stuff. So and for that you have to think much deeper and wider than just can we have bugs in the game?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it will become clearer to people once we can start to demonstrate some of the features as to how interlinked everything is. It's not like, you know, it's not like you're just adding a soil compaction mod to a game. Its effect is all linked into the rest of the ecosystem.
Yeah.
And I think it will be easier for people once they can see it and start to understand that, and then it might be easier to understand why, like say, we haven't got fungicide and that kind of thing, because it's a lot to implement. A single feature affects many features, and you need, as you said, you need the underlying many features to add on top of.
Yeah.
Right. The other bit that I sometimes forget, which means probably other people do, is that, you know, this is based on something which is real, and we are partnered with those real companies. And it's not just something that you've dreamt up in your head because you were bored one day.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
That's correct.
Right.
So it has to make sense.
Yeah. It has
to be. Actually, it has to be relivable in the real life world.
And it has to be actually realistic, not what people think is realistic.
Yeah.
Because it's it's linked to the real companies that do this stuff.
And I really appreciate everybody out there who is farming background related, who is that open-minded, who understands that, of course, we are in Germany. We have German, French, so European partners. So, of course, we display farming the way it is done here. That doesn't mean that we don't care or see the farming elsewhere. It is just we show it as it is here, to show the products as they are used here, and we don't say what you do is wrong, whatever. So please don't approach me every day on how ducking stupid me, old German guy, seems to be, that I don't know that you don't tet hay, that you don't tet alfalfa because you just mow it and leave it for a week out there. Yes, in certain countries, it is so hot and so less yield that you can do that. But here, it is not the case. So that means that if we display tether stages, it's not because we are stupid, it's because it is done here.
Yeah, and
So please respect the way we show stuff. You can change it for your play style, for your country, the way you want to do it. Same with the feeding. I could say that I know a lot of American farms who feed their cows crap. I know that there are a lot of American farms who feed their cows very well, and they kind of similar or use the similar food that we do. Others don't. I don't judge on that. I don't judge on the nationality, on the country or something like that. I respect that someone from America, Canada, Australia has a different approach on the feeding. I respect that. I say, okay, it's done differently here. I respect that. It's okay. And I don't judge it and say, you fucking German, you are stupid, you have no idea. Please keep that in mind and we can all be friends or stay friends.
definitely. Then yeah, with the tedding thing, yeah, based on my immense knowledge of watching YouTube videos, even to make grass silage in the UK, they ted at least once, and that's not even to get it to hay.
Yeah, I got told that
that's
for grass silage you don't ted even, you mow it and then you straight.
Yeah,
So-
they need to go to YouTube and watch some UK farming videos.
No, you know if for example, we both, you and me, yeah, you and me, we go out eating. I'm eating I don't know, potatoes and schnitzel, and you're eating fish and chips.
Yep.
And based on that, people tell, well, the Brits always eat fish and chips, and the Germans always eat schnitzel. And no,
That's fair.
at
fair,
at
isn't
that at that point, we just ate that. It can be that I ordered fish and chips and you ordered the potatoes and the schnitzel because we're in Germany, and you want to try it, or the other way around. But the people are not capable of accepting or respecting things that are done differently. They always say, no, not possible.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very, very sorry, because the judging I do now is necessary but not nice. Because I got approached a lot in the last couple of days, because there's some other mods appeared that do certain things differently. If you are the Yankee Doodle somewhere in the Deadlands in America, and you have never ever seen someone feed cows or harvest the crops or whatever the way you do, and all your neighbors that are mostly one or two do it the same, so the whole world does it the same, no. Just keep your mind a little bit more open.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in farming, it is all depending. It is so different. It can be in one country alone can be 5 different types of farmers who do basically the same but all different, and no one is judging the other, because they know, okay, he does it that way, I do it that way. So keep your, it's a game. If you are that type of guy who really wants to force others in your stuff, turn around, dance with your sister, whatever. It's sorry, but it's really, I know there are 99% of the people that are watching us, that are playing our stuff, are very nice, open people. This 1% that are crying the loudest.
Yeah, it's always that 1% though, isn't it?
Yeah, and normally I wouldn't give a damn about them, but at the moment they are so loud, they are so annoying, and this is really not nice.
Yeah, it's like JD said, you could drive probably less than 100 kilometers in Europe and things are different just because you change countries. And they're
in
all changed.
FS19, in FS19, I got attacked so much for the carrot harvest because you had to use the topper
Yeah.
and then use the Grimme SE 260.
Yep.
I got attacked for that because it's unrealistic. I had no idea. I'm an asshole. I'm an idiot. I'm an old stupid bastard and whatever. That it is exactly the way I showed that is the way our partner does it here in Germany. Exactly the same way.
Yeah, and I suspect a lot of the time it's similar people. The attacking people over something that's a video game. To the point where you are personally affecting their real world life.
Yeah.
There is no reason to do that. There is no, well, Paul, you just need to toughen up a bit and take it on the chin.
Yeah.
There should be none of that. It's a video game, and if it's not how you think it should be, that's really nice, but you don't have to attack someone over it.
When you, best example is with Modell Eicher's Angespielt, or when he watches mods and goes over them, right? When he says, well, he always makes a disclaimer. I'm a realistic player. I'm interested in most realistic models and all that stuff. I got something for a timber frame. This is my kind of my weakness. So, and then when he then totally neutral says, well, this and that is not done in a correct way. You wouldn't what I don't know. Maybe the tractor would be normally a little bit wider, longer, whatever, or this type wouldn't have that. He never ever attacks anybody in person.
Yeah.
It's always a showing of this topic, this material, this thing is not done right, or you cannot. Well, I guess you can imagine on how many people take it on personally and feel attacked by him. Who he never attacks anyone. He never does anything for purpose of. No, he sees it and he wants to tell and says on how you can make it better or stuff like that. He never attacks anyone personal. But it's unbelievable how many people get aggressive against him because he does that. And
but even it's much worse than that. People getting aggressive over things that aren't the way they want them to be in something that, as Mark points out, is free.
Yeah.
It's cost them nothing. People have put ridiculous amounts of hours into it, as BTO says, developing lots of different options for people to do things maybe not necessarily how you would want to do them, but you give people choice. Takes lots of time from lots of people, and it costs them nothing. And then they get upset and they are rude and offensive to the people that did it.
With before Maze Plus, people were complaining about that it was impossible for the player to adjust the feeding. Then we made Maze Plus, forage extension and all that stuff. We made it adjustable for the people. Of course, you have to put in a certain baseline. Yeah? That was totally open to adjust. I mean, we even made it much easier now with FS22. So now they don't complain about that you cannot adjust it. Now they complain about that they have to adjust it.
Yeah.
Because we cannot make it fit for everybody.
Yeah. Night, Psycho.
Psycho, good, sleep well.
Yeah. You will never win. There will always be a different 1%. Or it'll be the same 1% and they'll complain about something else.
And this is why I meant to your audience here. Please visit from time to time the Maze Plus Discord.
Yeah,
just
so we can see the 99%.
Yes, that we have from time to time some more decent people. Just say hello. It makes me happy just to say hello, because I can tell you, since I broke up with the American streamers and stuff and modders because they went way over their head. Since then, there's really a big wave of people trying to criticize stuff that they just don't understand, and being very angry and aggressive against us. I can stand it, but if it goes against my team, it's really hard. And so those small notes from time to time below the German streams where foreigners just say, well, I watch them with text, or I don't understand them, I just watch what you're doing and I really like it and appreciate your work. That is really something like a honey drop for sometimes, that you just, well, nice that someone finds some kind words.
Yeah. Enjoy your food, Mark. I know Cavalier always had it with some of his things, so he comes from the same place that you can't please everyone, and but I don't think that you should have, not pleasing everyone one thing, but you shouldn't have to deal with insults and that kind of thing because people don't like it. And don't keep tagging people on Facebook. Hey Pete.
Yeah, that was quite annoying, because you always mentioned the name, not only mine but also Farming Agency, and Farming Agency. Robert gets this ping on his mobile too, but he's a chef, so he has of course his mobile with him in the kitchen and in the restaurant, and if it's pinging the whole time, it's kind of annoying.
And it was some crazy old guy sitting in Britain.
Yeah, and it was on a topic that was not worth it. But by the way, the mod is one of the mods got removed. So
I was quite pleased with that.
But it's the back burner was of course there's always no, it's really one. I'm a bit naive. I'm really a bit naive, because I think people are more like I am. Or I hope that people are more like I am.
I don't think they are.
I'm interested in a lot of stuff. If I don't understand or don't get it, I just shut my mouth. I don't criticize something where I really don't know what I'm talking about. And if I'm interested in something and I don't understand it, then I ask polite questions that could lead to the point where I understand it better. And I thought, with Maze Plus, Terralife, all that stuff, we would attract people who are into the realism, into the more depth in the game. And if they have questions, we can answer them. I did not expect people to hop on the bandwagon and say, that's much too complicated, what a shit, where I say, well, then move on.
I think the problem that we will have with Terralife, potentially, and we may not, is I've just downloaded this new map because it released on Mod Hub today, and this looks different, and I don't understand it, because they're those people that download everything, and Terralife is not a mod for the people that download everything. The same as Maze Plus isn't. The number of posts you see, or I used to see on Facebook of, I've opened the game and something looks really weird with my animals. It's like, well, did you install Maze Plus? I don't know. I just installed everything.
Yeah. I mean, you have to deal. I give it to a couple of people. I really give it to them that they are new to the game, and that they are not into the whole ecosystem. I was the same way back in the days, so I asked the same stupid questions, but I think I was never unpolite. So for those who really don't know, who don't know that the mod folder is not the downloads folder and all that stuff, I always try, if they put some effort in asking, more than just one sentence or more than just 2 words, I try to put in effort in explaining to them, because I know where they're coming from. But those who really don't care and put any effort into explaining to us on how we can help them, why should we?
Yeah. Good evening, Hakeem. I don't understand what you wrote, but good evening.
He finished lavendel harvester and back to Mod Hub. Oh, he asked if there is anyone who can name him a Mod Hub map that has lavender on it. Do you know any?
No,
Me neither.
don't. Most of the maps that have crops like that are not on Mod Hub.
Yeah.
Probably because of why they, how they got some of those things.
Yeah, but there will be. There will be. Ah, big
Yeah.
surprise, big spoiler. There will be a French map next year with lavender and Terralife on Mod Hub.
Yeah. You know, Model I should have said something similar. I think of something that you hammered into me at Maze Plus release, that you have to initially try and not reflect the fact that someone's asked what you think is a really dumb question for the 1000th time, because they might not know, they might not have scrolled, they might be coming in with a perfectly innocent, I've just downloaded this, I'm kind of interested in it, but I don't understand.
So
And
a lot of people excuse them with the first question because,
you get one or two attempts with me, and
and that is the first thing is always, if there is some effort in the questioning, yes, you answered just half an hour ago the question disturbed, but please, he doesn't know. Tell him politely where to find it. If he goes up against you, then you know where the button is. And if you says, I'm sorry, I didn't see it, it's okay. And if there's someone who has a problem with his mods and you say, please show me your log file, and the log is 2 megabytes wide.
Yeah, when they say it's too big to upload to Discord.
Yeah, but if they post you a log that is 8 megabits wide, it shows to me they have no clue on how to read a log. They have no clue on how it can affect stuff. So please don't say, oh, you fucking idiot, 2000 warnings, whatever. No, just say, okay, listen, you got a lot of warnings in there. It's hard for us to find something. Please clean it up. You can tell the person politely.
Yeah.
What I see is that most people, just because you know if there's a log file that is too big, you know that there is a lot of stuff going crazy in there. You know that, but this person might not. So nicely.
Quite often, a lot of people don't even know where it is or what it is.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a, particularly when maybe with people that are new to PC, there's the excitement of, I need to download all of the cool mods I couldn't have on my console. And they go off to places where mods aren't particularly good, and they download all of the cool mods they wanted, and they're full of errors and things, and they then come to the Maze Plus Discord because they've installed Maze Plus and something doesn't work in Maze Plus. And
But I came from console to PC because of Maze Plus.
Yeah, and it's understanding where they are in the process, and they think they know what they're talking about, and actually they just want you to tell them a fix, and they really don't want to engage. They don't want to share their log file because they know their log file is full of errors or full of stuff they don't want you to see. Or are they someone who doesn't know?
Yeah. Exactly. If they don't want you to show, they know.
Yeah.
And this is just what I meant. If there's someone who you ask them, I need your log file. Maybe he asks, I don't know where to find, and you explain to him, and he posts it instantly. This is someone who really doesn't know, so he needs help.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other one where they starts complaining about, no, I won't show you, blah blah.
Yeah.
There's the door.
Why do I need to show you my log file?
Exactly, and this is what I just meant with the way we approach people is so important, and we do approach them normally in a kind way, and this is why it hurts so much when those 1% idiots sometimes come so far to affect the way I handle stuff.
I think there is an element of what Roy says that people maybe read the description of Maze Plus or see a little bit of it and think, wow, that's really cool, but they don't want to take the time to learn how it works. They want, and I see it a lot of the time. It's like, I really want to use it, but I just want to do this. Like they just want to feed hay and they want everything to be perfect. And I think, some of those people, you can talk to them and explain, and they go, oh, okay, so I have to do it like this. And some of them are, no, I want it to be like this. And it's like, well, then you need to go away and do work.
And that's the point. What I meant in the beginning. Maze Plus is not a plug and play mod for everybody.
Yeah.
And if you are overwhelmed with it, ask or leave it, but don't come up to the Discord and complain about this mod that it's not intuitive for you, like it was DLC that was paid for to Giants.
Yeah.
Because it is not. It is. Yeah, we do it because we want to play with it. We want to show it. And if you're not playing it, it's fine by me.
Yeah.
If you want to play it, you are the best example, Disturb.
Yeah.
Maze Plus and Disturb, the story of my life.
It's literally the reason I'm here is that I found it really interesting and started trying to help people understand it. And we started talking. Because you needed to correct me.
Go further back.
What, when Maze Plus was too complicated for me to play? And,
yes.
And I was scared.
I read comments of you too, before that.
Yeah.
But they were never like of ducking hell or something like that.
No, because I'm not raised that way.
Yeah.
I think I probably approached it in a different way to a lot of people. Because once I understood what it was, I approached it from I find this really interesting because it's complicated. And not a lot of people have that mentality of actually, once I start to understand it, the more complicated it is, the better.
Wasn't it frustrating when you found out that the feeding even gets easier with Maze Plus than it is in vanilla game?
The one that amuses me, that confuses everyone, is when people are starting and you're chatting to them and they're learning about TMR. You tell them, use the realistic one. It's the easiest. And then they look at the list of ingredients and it's half a page long. And you need to say, well, you just put a little bit of grass silage and a little bit of maize silage and you're good.
Yeah, if you give people too many options, it's not the best way to do.
Yeah. But when you explain it to them, they start to understand. So.
And now, with Terralife, I just made in a German stream, I made a suggestion. I said, well, I think this time the TMRs will all have minimum percentages.
Damn you.
Yeah, that was not fun for most of them.
Yeah.
The problem is if you set up your equipment the right way. For example, you have a 1,000 liter shovel or a 500 liter shovel instead of the 20 cubic meter. Yeah.
Yep.
To begin with this. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And even with some of the Maze Plus stuff, I kind of think actually I need a 500 liter shovel.
Yeah. Now you can put in single bags into your mixer.
Yeah.
We made the pallets that you can take off one bag. So, but now comes the problem within why I can't make it with every percentage necessary. Giants.
And mixers are all different sizes.
No, that's not Giants. The way they round the percentages. It is possible that you can do 5% of whatever, and you put in 5% of whatever,
and it's 6.
And then you put in something different, and they round the number to 5.01.
Yeah.
or you have a minimum of 5 and they round it to 4.9, and all of a sudden the whole mixture doesn't work anymore. So the smaller the numbers, the more complicated it gets. And when you have more ingredients, like if you have a 20 kilo backpack, sack, whatever, minerals or so, even if you could put it in the exact amount that is needed, you can't do it because of this mathematical issue that Giants has. So
and I guess that's because the giant stuff is all done in big bucketfuls, essentially. You know, you can be really coarse with making TMR with how giants have it, and so they didn't need, when they set it up, they didn't need to have a level of precision that allowed you to be able to put in 3% and it be 3%, not 2.9 or 3.1.
And I mean, they don't care on how much the percentage is for minerals in comparison to the whole mixture. So they don't do it even with realistic numbers.
Yeah. Night Akim.
No, he's going into the wood.
I assumed that meant he was going to sleep.
No, Achim Wood is always, here goes the tree, here goes the tree, here goes the tree, another one, another one, another one, another one, another one, another one. It's really woodwork.
Okay. Yeah.
He's why always when he's playing with us multiplayer, I deactivate the platinum DLC. It's too scary.
He's the reason that we have Silver Run Forest.
Yes. No, he's really into the whole woodwork, and I really like it that someone can get so deep into it. It's a shame that with the whole game mechanics, the woodwork is not that fun as it could be. I set up the controllers for the cranes and harvesters, and was really disappointed on how inaccurate it works.
You tried it a bit in here, didn't you?
Yeah. You see, Achim says for him the best DLC so far. And it's totally, I really like it because there could be no more difference in between playstyles than Achim and me.
Yeah.
And still we have the same project where we burn for, and still have totally different playstyles in the game and different. It's really nice. That's something that I really like about Farm Sim, that you really can have so many different experiences in the game.
Yeah. I can't believe he picked the one playstyle which is wrong. You know? It is. I find sometimes I find some things around, not necessarily that, but the thing that I find frustrating is there is so much you can do in Farm Sim that's properly supported, and yet people always want, you know, that bit more. You know, it's like, why can't I mine on console? Or
this is
at least harvesting trees is somewhat farming.
Yeah, and it's totally fine for me. I mean, it is not that I don't like forest. It is not that it is just I hate the mechanics, because if you have sitting on an excavator for decades, and you know that you are pretty decent good in moving the crane, and that you get it to exactly the point where you want it. So basically, you could light a cigarette with your excavator arm, because you know on how correct it works. Yeah. And then you buy these two joysticks to set it all up on Euro steering and all that stuff, and you sit on it on the harvester, for example, and first thing that happens to me is that I'm missing the field of death, so the virtual feeling of on how far it is away. But that's okay. That is something you can learn. You can get decent landmarks where you can measure on. It's okay. and then you go with the clamp to the tree, you grab it, and then all of a sudden you have 180 degree, 360, 90, 55.
Yeah.
It's turning and splitting, and then I think, well, no. And this is for calming down, for being a hobby, for having some fun. I see no fun in there if I'm constantly on a 180 pulse and angry, and
And
this is really,
frustrated and
yeah.
yeah.
So this is really something where I say no.
Do you want me to grab the baler?
Don't you? Are you ready with tedding?
Well, you tedded your side straight to hay, didn't you?
Yeah.
Or conditioned it
No.
straight to
Then
hay.
please grab the Pöttinger swatter that
Okay.
is there where, because I think I'm not that fast with the swatting here.
Okay. No problem. I completely agree with Roy again on that one. You can definitely tell when modders actually play the game and use mods, use their own mods in particular. 1 second. Sorry, dogs are barking again. Because you know, as he said, they have an interest in making sure they work and fixing them because they want to use them rather than just releasing a mod because they want to get a mod on ModHub.
We have one issue that is with the whole synchronization stuff still, that affects stuff in multiplayer, for example with the bales and all that stuff. But I think Modell Aisha was it who said, simple example, the Gurval DLC dropped, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we all thought, oh, holy moly, more round bales, bale grabber, multiplayer, not much fun, better to use a fork to pick them up because at least they will stuck. And all of a sudden, the Gurval bale grabber is working so perfectly, it's even working better than the others in single player. I thought, whoa, they fixed the synchronization issue. Modell Escher, who is more into depth, said, well, that's not totally true because you can do a lot by, and I'm sorry if I'm not explaining the right parts now, but just to get the overview, in the attachers, in the weight, in the positioning of the attachers. So there's a lot of fine tuning that you can do to make stuff work better. It's not always the synchronization. I thought it's always the synchronization, but he said no, that's true, and he can explain why the FDR logging server, the group that do these amazing logging things, why they have so accurate stuff in there, because they made it a little bit this all heavier and all that stuff, so the engine can scope better with it. And it's for someone like Modell, for example, who wants to have realistic weights, not an option to just increase the machine from 4,000 kilo to 400,000 kilo to make it work better. But so the explanation just shocked me a little bit, so that it's really actually possible to make this stuff better if you just adjust stuff better. And I think if the base mechanic is adjusted right, then modders can better pick up on. It is easier for a modder to make a bale grabber and take as example a vanilla bale grabber that is done properly, instead of taking a vanilla bale grabber that is done by, I don't know, Ukrainian €2 helper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say.
Yeah. If the base game function works properly, it's much easier to then build on it.
Yeah.
I think I need a slightly bigger tractor.
No. You will take a bigger one, or you don't need.
Okay. It felt like this one was going to struggle.
No.
Okay.
This is not heavy on load.
I just need to go and check on my dogs because they are being quite loud. So I am going to leave things with you for a second.
Yes. If you come across the gingerbread house, don't go in. I think I'm already fattened enough, so she wouldn't have to feed me that to grill me. I have my console set up, so if I'm playing and an error happens, my console showing the lock opens straight away. Yeah, Achim and so they have that the lock opens straight away with an issue also. We can't have that on this server here because we have a lot of warnings and stuff. Because there's also one thing, yes, we know, of course, that for multiplayer it is not the best idea to have issues and mods with issues on the server, but we kind of need to test the worst case so that at least our stuff is working properly with the worst amount of mods and all that stuff. With the betas, we have already set up the rule that there will be no mod with a warning or issue on the server, to get then, when we have to test the betas, really straight and correct information on what is the issue with our mods. Because what mods are compatible with ours and stuff like that, I think we have tested that enough now. I have 20 FS22 with Steam, so the launch option I have dev warning in there for extended. Yeah, exactly. It's the dev warnings, correct.
And back.
And welcome back. And I can tell you, Achim is went crazy the first time he joined on this multiplayer here, because he's a scripter. He's within our developing team, and he always has a clean mods folder and log file. And he kind of said, well, I don't want to play on the server with this. And I persuade him that just go with it for the couple of weeks until the alphas are over, because I don't want to clean up this save game now, because we were happy that we could play on a save game for kind of some alpha stuff, that BGO saved it for us from the Maze Plus multiplayer. So and I also said don't touch the stream map. Well, of course, we want to stream and play and show you stuff, and if the stream map doesn't work because we are 2 weeks fixing issues, it's kind of the opposite that we want to have. So we now have just to really take a look on where we do SWAT. I think I will. You can basically go into where the shed is, where the trailers and that stuff are,
Okay.
where you started mowing.
Yep.
Then I will go to the other side, and we will meet in the middle somewhere.
What could possibly go wrong?
Not much. Not much, I guess.
I'll be fine. Who needs a front weight?
You can set it as starting option on normal version as well. Okay. And somebody touched it, and now we can't chop grass. Yeah, this is what I was saying. I really preached that we don't touch the streaming map, and nobody could understand me why I said that. And then we touched it, and then we had the issue, and we have follow-up issues now. Now everybody understands, but well, it helps not that much because it's ruined now.
This is very large.
Yeah, but it's not heavy.
No. No, it's fine.
I think what you got a 314, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This kind of windrower gets driven by a 1000 MB truck. So with 95 to 100 horsepower.
Yeah,
with no problems.
I guess it's actually quite well balanced, isn't it,
Yeah.
with the weight distribution? So yeah, I'm.
It's to get back to the topic what she said. The bigger doesn't mean it works well.
I'm the only person in the house awake at the moment, so when the dogs start barking, I have to go do stuff.
Yeah, no problem. I know that. You explained that to me.
Yeah, I was expecting the teenager to be home by now. She's been around at her nan's, but she's not yet. That's the disadvantage and advantage of her being able to drive herself.
Oh.
I don't have to pick her up, but I don't know when she's going to reappear.
At least she does reappear. Everything is fine.
Yep. Yeah.
And at least she reappears alone.
Yep.
It helps. It helps a lot with the follow-up sleep.
Yes. That's going to look messy, probably. That's not too bad. Yeah, she's been away for a couple of days, looking after her nan's dog, and I thought she'd be home by now, but she's not. And I definitely agree, bigger is not always better. And the one that I've learned, which you'll appreciate, Paul, is faster is not always quicker.
Mm. With bigger not always better. Achim tasted it on the grass harvest too. He just grabbed the biggest forage wagon that I had, and he got stuck all the time.
Yeah.
And some little hindrance by entering the grass fields and all that stuff. So
that's because I'm trying to do it properly.
you're doing something wrong. You're not turning around. Oh, now Modellascha is getting back to Achim. I would say don't start a fight, Sam, that you won't win.
I am very trying.
Achim turned through fences and hedges because they had no collision,
Yeah.
and Modellascha set up new fences in between.
I would never go through hedges that don't have collisions. Hopefully
I don't
not.
like what you're doing, but I kind of like what you're doing. Please, no, go further straight until the second row comes.
Yep.
And then go to my back, please, and take the second row out. It's much easier to turn.
Yeah.
I think for your bigger swatter, either way. Just go be on my back, right? The other headland. That's a good idea. Well done, Disturb. Well
See,
done.
I know what I'm doing.
Yes, you kind of sell it well.
I know what I'm doing. Honestly, I remembered actually the term that I wanted to use last time that we were talking.
Yeah.
Which I got from Kartek, which was actor in a tractor.
Actor in a tractor. That's nice.
I think that's a good description, apart from the fact that I'm a really bad actor. But I think it describes a lot of the people that we were maybe talking about in the past as well. But
yeah. Oh yeah.
It's it amused me when he said it. So.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. I'm always guilty of not doing enough headlands when I do this stuff myself because I think it will be quicker, and then you always struggle to turn around. So.
Yeah, no, I didn't do it because I wanted to go to second row afterwards. Yeah, so to basically do what you do now, you picked up some of the rows already made, but I didn't think about the much wider swatter that you have. So it is wide enough for me, but not for you. So this is why I said just do the second one. So then I have way more space than I needed, but you have enough to do so. So.
Yeah. I even if even if I knew there weren't collisions on the hedges and stuff on here, I wouldn't be ploughing through them because it's not how you guys play. So I would.
I mean the whole realistic talking is kind of off anyways, as we had the talking points that we had before. This year is basically testing
Yeah.
by playing as far as the joy can be there, so that we have a little bit of fun. And so this is why I often play tractors that I like to play, and I'm really done by downsizing me to a size that I really don't like to play.
Mm.
The same way I really don't like to play the biggest of all. But yes, it is not necessary that I have that many tractors, for example, on this map here.
No.
Even as a contractor. But I like playing with them because when I'm streaming is the only time I'm playing it. So
Yeah.
when I'm on an at the office PC, it's more frustrating without head track and all that stuff to use the other tractors. So I really want to use them here. I don't want to act like, yeah, 2 tractors is enough for me here, because no, it's not enough for me, because I want to take them, I want to use them, I want to see on how they work. But of course, the tendency to show realistic workflows is much more mine.
Yeah, I tend to find when I'm doing testing things, I will do the same. I will buy the tractors that I think will be fun to play with or that I like,
Yeah.
that I can't always have on my proper playthroughs that I do.
Yeah, for example, Modelleicher can't find any joy in playing with stuff that he doesn't like. So he forces himself into using those small things, and he really loses very fast interest if you force him into bigger fields, to bigger tractors and all that stuff. And this is basically the same way, the other way around. But he doesn't test. Oh, I have to correct me. Last time he tested something by accident, the field grass. He found the wrong texture. No, but it's, for me, it's really really that purpose. And now with the coming beta streams, I already said I don't want to be a contractor anymore to have a plausible explanation why I have these big machines, why I have this many machines. Yeah, I don't want to have it. I have a farm in mind that I know from real life. He has also a lot of tractors. He has 6 or 7 fence. And he does his farm alone. He has 100 something cows. So I know that it's realistic to have those. I know that it's realistic to do so, but I don't have to explain, or I don't have to test 50,000 fields and this workload and this workload and this workload. I don't have to, because now everybody who's playing on a beta has to test with. That we all can test a little by not losing the fun in playing a little bit more realistically.
Yeah.
And with not having set up the ecosystem, for me, the number in the right corner, I really don't give a damn. I don't have to care about my yield or stuff. And if I need a machine, I buy it. And if I need the money, I put it. Because we are not yet there. Because we are developing the base for those who want to play much, much, much more realistically. And Modelleicher, for example, is kind of hung in the middle at the moment. And I hope that with from the Ackerlöt here, from Lance and Prezi, with the realistic values, it will be much more fun for everybody. So we can play hardcore realistic if you want to. You can also play the way realistic you want to, and still test and still have fun. And this is where I'm looking very, very much to the beta streams.
I think it's kind of important that the testing, with the extent of the testing that's going to need to be done, that people are having fun playing it, because it needs a lot of playing. I don't know if you saw Pete's question about schedule.
No.
You should probably.
Yeah,
answer
yeah, yeah.
that one.
No. If I would change it, I would openly say it, so you will get a notification if there is a change in the schedule. But Christmas is still on.
And Yuzza, I would expect pretty much everything to change from what's in Maize Plus Enhanced Animal System in terms of amounts of things that go into animals, apart from the fact that I guess some of the numbers that are in Maize Plus for cows are based on realistic numbers, so they might stay the same.
I just want to answer shortly Modell Eichers, but I also try to fit my vehicle size to the map, to the farm and map, whereas you force the map to your vehicle preferences. Yeah, but it's both kind of the same issue, because there's no map that is fitting to the playstyle that we want to have. The Ostseeküste was really the first map that was kind of fitting a little, where we had fun. And he downsized the fields and made very complicated entrances, and I straightened the fields, and because this is what we do here too. We have so many fields that are very angled, cornered, where we cut off the corners, made a straight line, because you earn money with your machinery, and you don't earn money if it goes for 200 kilos in a corner, where otherwise if you don't earn the 200 kilos, you earn more because you leave it there. So this is this, and now I think with the coming maps, with the Holzer and the Eiflerland, there are now maps that are fitting to that what I want to play, or what Modell Eicher wants to play. So we automatically have the sizes then there. With the cows, for example, I tested it. I know that it's working. I don't feed the cows anymore. Yes, they have realistic feeding, and the amount is totally exactly realistic. The 4 to 4,500 liters is even calculated on base of that Giants is using liters and has no dry mass count. I calculated that by official numbers that you have, by if you have, for example, 70% of dry mass, what would it weigh, how much volume would it have, and all that stuff. So I calculated that into the feeding of the cow, so it's totally realistic. But I didn't feed the cows now anymore, because I don't care. Even that what we are doing here, it is just, we are doing it.
Yeah.
But if we have 2 or 200 bales, it doesn't matter, because this play safe game is not worth it. But I don't lose fun in it, because I like doing it. I just doing it. I'm doing it with the tractor that I want to. I'm doing it with the swatter I want to. I'm doing it with the guy I like. So it's all fine.
It's really, it's quite a different thought process, isn't it? You're just doing it to have fun.
Yeah.
It's not about, you know, like you say, that you've got so many cows to feed. It's because we're just kind of hanging out and chatting and having some fun. And I'm busily destroying the headlands that I did. Would have been a really good idea to do that second inner headland last.
That's what I
Why
wanted to do.
Why didn't you suggest that?
I did, because I kind of said start there where you start mowing, but I didn't think about that you went clockwise. I thought you just start on the side with straight lines.
No.
This is why I started the first row.
Never assume that I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, so I thought, okay, I did the headland for him so he can turn it. But this is why I said, okay, I agree with you doing the second one, because yours is much bigger. So it might be complicated for you to turn. So
but we
don't worry about it.
We might just have to tidy up afterwards. It'll be fine.
If we are or were now explaining on how to make hay and how to tet right and swath lie, then I would say let's do it the right way.
Yeah.
But now it really doesn't care, and I don't care, and it doesn't bother me.
But if we were trying to do it properly, I'd have probably asked.
Yeah.
A bit more carefully than just grabbing it and going. 1 sec. I am probably going to have to call it a day soon
Okay.
because dogs are getting quite restless.
Do
They have-
we need to get them a headset?
I don't know what that one needs. He does the same thing through the night as well sometimes. So
Older one?
yeah, he is older.
Maybe he hears voices or sounds.
It might be that he can at the moment he can hear me talking. So
Yeah, no, I just meant it really, really honest. You know when you put your hands over your ears, the sound that you have this.
yeah,
When dogs get older and they hear less, there are certain frequencies that they don't hear, so it's silence for them. And when then a frequency appears, they kind of hear voices. Yeah, they don't know what it is, but they hear something and they can't make out what it was because normally there would be much more noise with it. So this is why I say that they hear voices. So they hear sounds that they can't
interpret.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not know that.
No, it's not the typical medically proven thing. It's only me talking to you with 30 years of experience with old animals.
Yeah. So I was kind of hoping that my daughter would have been home by now because she could have gone and sat with him, but she's not. So.
Oh, let's see if we get touchy. No, stay.
No, go.
No, stay. No, stay. Leave it down. I have to take a picture. And I'm fine with leaving it like that. So if you have to go off, it's no problem.
Okay.
There's really no hesitation. And today with the heat and with me not feeling that well, it went much better than I thought.
Yeah, it was good.
When we met before the stream, I really thought I can make it an hour. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking we would maybe do an hour and a half or so. So it's been fun. We have achieved.
Oh, yeah, totally. So just leave it that way, and tomorrow I think I will finish this and bail it, and I'm not sure is Modellaicher still on the server?
He is, yes.
Sam, are you in voice?
I am.
What is your plan for today for doing?
What
You want to stay on the server afterwards, or do you want to go tomorrow with us then again?
Might be staying on another 10 minutes or so.
Is it okay for you if I stop the time then?
Yeah.
Because I think tomorrow it should rain, and I want to bail tomorrow in the stream then the hay.
I'm just cleaning up the yard and selling equipment and stuff like that.
Okay, then I will just stop the time so that I have. I mean, the sun is not out yet again, but so then I can bale tomorrow the hay.
That cloudy sky looks absolutely amazing at the moment.
Yeah, it's kind
Having-
of the lighting is a little bit. Yeah.
It's
But-
more that it's been so sunny and hot here for the last 3 days that seeing no fireball in the sky is really nice.
Yeah, it kind of feels like a air conditioner in front of us. Right?
Now, if only it wasn't 30 degrees in the room that I'm sat in.
Yeah, it is here.
Yeah, to really annoy you, I'm now going to go and stand in front of the air conditioning for 20 minutes.
I by all my heart, I mean, I was the lucky guy who had for weeks, 4 weeks or 5 weeks, no migraine, and you got it all. So it's good for you.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
So you have deserve it. You really deserve it. No, the funny thing is, we had for 10 years or since ever, when there were clouds, it was still sunny and shadows and all that stuff. And now with Relight, we have the feature that it's really cloudy and it looks that way. And the first thing that Modelleicher and me happened with the relight was we thought we had a shader defect or something like that, or the shader cage was full, because we thought, wow, it's looking so strange, and it was just because the sun is gone. And yesterday, I think it was yesterday, in the evening sun, or was it in the morning sun, where it also changed from sunny to cloudy, you could really see it change. It's really interesting. For my opinion, it is a little bit more too glossy in the shadows with the metal rims.
Mm.
That's not nice. It should be less glossy.
Yeah, I guess yours are quite shiny from this angle.
Mm.
But it's got to be hard to try and get lighting right in a game unless you're actually doing proper ray tracing, which this isn't.
Yeah. Oh, ray tracing.
So
Don't remind me of the new GPU I need.
I've never switched ray tracing on with mine.
How can you do it?
I don't think you can in FS, but I mean in any game.
Is ray tracing game engine based, so
Yeah,
you cannot switch
yeah.
something
It's
on a...
it's not something you can just enable.
It's something different to HDR, right? That this
Yeah,
is something
yeah,
that you...
yes, yeah. It's something that's built, has to be built into the game engine, but it does lighting properly.
Mm.
So it does lighting by bouncing rays, which is why it's called ray tracing.
Mm.
But it's very computationally expensive. But new GPUs have specific computation units to do it, but it still kills FPS. So,
Oh, we have plenty to kill too.
yeah, I've got
no, wait, that was someone. No,
I've got 35. We're all good.
I mean, why do you have so less FPS?
I don't know.
When I went in 4040p, changed the resolution, I got immediately way over 90 FPS. When I switched to full HD, I went in 3 digits.
I have no idea, but I think it's because you have a 3090 and it is more powerful than my 4070 Ti.
Yeah, but it should be normally be the processor, the processor that gives you the kick in the FPS. Because when I changed my my VRAM, I I I am no computer expert, right? So when I built this PC, I put the RAM in and all that stuff. I was happy that it all was running, and then I read something about is it called PXS, XPS, something in the BIOS where you can change
XPO.
Yeah.
Expo.
And because I come from a time where the megahertz displayed in the BIOS of the video of the memory is not the same as it's actually running, because there are multiplicators in between.
Yep.
So, but this is not the case now anymore, I guess. But I didn't know, so it was showing 2133.
That's very slow.
And I thought, well, but yeah, you got a new platform. You are even higher now
Yeah.
But it's even less or slow for this one. So I didn't think about it. So I was running with it. And now this week I changed it to what the actually can do. Not overclocking. Just the actual. It was with this settings to 3200, and I gained 10 FPS.
Yeah. Yeah, I think mine's running at 6,000 megahertz or mega transfers.
Yeah, you got DDR5, right?
Yeah, XMP, that's it, PGO. It's been a long day. I was mixing up XMP and PBO, which is the auto overclocking that AMD does on the processor.
And I still haven't put in the 5800 3DX. That should give me...
I need to go. So,
okay.
Good night, all. Thanks for watching.
Have a good one. We are talking. We will talk.
We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.